That was the beginning of just total craziness. I was back in that middle of the sea without a rudder, no sail, and regretting. And she got with someone else, so I couldn't go back to her. And here I am, looking at these charts, figuring out what am I going to do now. And I lost my support structure. I lost my accountability agent, the person that kept me in line. And I started pursuing stupid stuff. Doing this and doing that, recklessly doing this, and listening to some goober on the internet. Wasting money. Even tried to do Larry Williams, eventually trying to take his S&P signals on his 900 number. I never made money doing it. I couldn't afford the stop loss he was using. I thought I could. I was like, well, I won't risk that much. He's good. He's good at trading. His stop loss ain't going to get hit. So I would do like 1/4 of what he's risking, and I'd get stopped out or scared out of it and get out of the trade. So I never made money. I was doing all the wrong things. And I went back to nightmare, nighttime, anxiety, and pushing the edge too hard and losing sight of why I was even doing it. Until I tapped into what was doing the best in terms of keeping me on point. Positive self-talk. I would tell myself, think about what she said to you, and look how the effect it had over you. And I learned to do that practice of self-talk. I would tell myself, there's no emergency. See, anxiety comes when you're trying to live up to everyone else's expectations or wants, on their schedule, on their timing. Folks, you're never going to be comfortable in that situation. You're never going to be satisfied because you're trying to live your life to please other people instead of finding someone that's in love with you as you are. You don't need to change. You don't need to outperform what they fell in love with. And I found myself trying to do that with Shannon. I wanted to top everything. Always had it. Always better. Always better. Always better. And her girlfriend, Ginger's boyfriend, hated me. He wanted to beat me up. Now, to be honest with you, I would spin kicked his fucking ass and knocked his ass out then. But he wanted to fight me because his girlfriend was telling him all the time, why don't you do that? And now it's like, oh shit, here it is. I'm in deep water. So I became a toxic thing around them when I wasn't doing anything except for trying to do what I felt I needed to do, which is outdo what I ever did before to impress and make Shannon realize how much I love her and how much I'm pouring into her. If I was with my first wife and I had that kind of money coming in, I would have been taken advantage of like crazy. It would have been like holding on to a losing trade and giving it more money. All right, well, I'm down $10,000. Let's just buy 5 more contracts. Let's just average into it. So I thought about what she gave me, and I hold on to it every day today. I think about those words. I hear her voice exactly as she said it. And it makes me feel good every time. Every time I think of it, it makes me feel good. It encourages me. It reminds me that, you know what? I believe that was the Lord just tapping me and saying, listen, I've been trying to tell you your entire teenage life, this is where you're supposed to be at. So I had to use her to get your attention. He got my attention, obviously. I didn't handle it well, mismanaged some of it, but I changed my perspective to stop dwelling on the nightmarish aspects of life and focusing on the dreamscapes. Being highly organized, very, very, very detail oriented, I started changing the way I did my journals. See, in my life journal, I would close my day and be like, man, I had such a wonderful day with Shannon. I had a wonderful day doing this, and Shannon was always in the middle of it. Contrast that with my trading journal. It was like, man, I effed this up. I don't know why this isn't working. Why the F am I doing this all the time, losing money on this type of setup? Why did I chase that? Why did I go in there doing too many contracts? I should have never listened to that article in Commodity Magazine. What was I doing? Constantly beating myself up. So what's my subconscious going to do? Well, I only find happiness in Shannon. And I'm not happy trading. I'm miserable in trading. So what happens? When I put a trade on, am I going to feel good and empowered? No. I don't have Shannon anymore. My support structure is gone. So I had to replace her words of encouragement and accountability aspect with my trading journal. And everything was a dreamscape in that. Sure, I probably lost a trade. Probably went in and tried it again, still lost on that one. But I would go in and say, you know what? I'm thankful that I had this opportunity to learn 2 lessons today that cost me money. So there's value behind it now. I had to pay a price for this information. Now you can bitch and kick and scream and say, I don't want to lose. I want to find a model that never loses. Let me tell you a secret, okay? If you're writing things down, write this down. Every trading approach or model is perfect. It's perfect. It's flawless. It doesn't have any losing transactions. Bet you never realized that, have you? Every system, every application, every indicator, every buy and sell indication you would get as a trader, no matter what you use, it's flawless until you go in and F it up. You can flip a quarter. Heads you buy, tails you short. Or simplify it like this. When you're bullish, if it comes up heads, you'll take action and engage. If it comes up tails, don't take the trade. Only risk 0.25%. Over a year, you're going to make money. Don't believe me? Test it. Test it. Because you're removing the emotions. You're removing the outward stimuli that's causing you to take a trade with more contracts as you should. We mess it up because we're holding on to toxic baggage. The last 5 trades, man. You don't know, ICT. You weren't there, man. I'm at the verge of blowing my combine or losing my funded account. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. I've never traded those sim prop firm company accounts, but I've been there. I've been there where I'm at the point where the account's going to be blown. I'll have to add more money. I've been there. But you have to sweet talk yourself. Remember, you got to be honest like I was with her. And she reciprocated sincerely and encouraged me. That's exactly what you do in your trading journal. You have to love yourself. You have to care about yourself enough not to talk down to yourself. Do not punch down on your developing future self. If you do that, you're going to stagnate and stunt your growth. And you're going to make it miserable as you go through it. You want to make it longer than it has to be? Talk toxic in your journal. Share your journal with someone else. And you're going to set yourself up for ruin. You got to be honest. Be able to pour yourself out in these journals. Sweet talk yourself. Start looking through the lens of a dreamscape where there's nothing negative. You ever notice in a dream, a good dream, there's no villains? Think about that. There's no, well, something bad could have happened here. That stuff doesn't happen, does it? What is your brain telling you? It's removed all of the toxicity of the everyday living. And it's focusing on nurturing you. That's what that good dream is doing. It's therapy for yourself because you're going through something. And then you have nightmares. When you have nightmares, when things are going good. Why? Because deep down inside, you're afraid shit's about to go tits up. That's how the brain works. I've never had a bad dream. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Because I had a bad day. They always happen when I had a good day and I went to sleep and my brain was readying myself for, okay, eventually, this is what's about to happen to you. You're tied up on the railroad track and the guy's laughing, grinning over top of you, and he's got his boot on your neck laughing. He's going to jump out of the way before the train gets here and he's going to run you over. Really far extreme, obviously, but it's just to make light of not something funny. But we wrestle with that.